Welcome to Simply Holy, the podcast for people who want to live a joyful life in Christ. I'm Marge Steinhage-Fennel, and today I have for you 3 self-care things that you must do every day. That's right, 3 self-care things that you must do every day, regardless of whether you're in the midst of chaos, no matter how busy you are, whether you're suffering from sadness or depression. Whatever the case may be, there are 3 self-care things you must do every single day. The first of those is stick to your routine. That's right, your daily routine, particularly your morning routine. And if you don't have one, develop one. But most of us do. Most of us do. Stick to that routine. No matter how tempted you are to skip it or just let it slide, don't do that. Don't do that. Stick to your daily routine. Why? Because sticking to a routine gives us a sense of foundation. It gives us a sense of security. So it gives us this sense of normalcy. Even and especially, I think, in a time where everything is not normal for you. To stick to that morning routine, that daily routine, is vital to giving you this feeling that, yeah, everything's going to be okay. Yeah, life's going to keep going on. It's a constant in a time of your life, and maybe your whole life is like this, where it's all inconstancies, where nothing ever seems the same, nothing seems manageable. That daily routine will help you. It'll give you something to hang on to, something where you think, wow, I can do this, at least, this normal feeling of carrying out my daily routine. It'll change your mindset. It'll change, and as a matter of fact, it'll change your whole day. Your whole day will be different if you stick to that morning routine. It's essential. It's essential. That's your sense of security. Then the second thing is do something that gives you joy every single day. Do something that gives you joy every single day. I tell my life coaching clients this, and I often give it as homework. Do something that gives you joy every day, especially if you're stressed out or sad, dealing with a crisis situation, and it may seem impossible. How in the world could I be in any way joyful when I'm in the middle of a crisis? Well, hear me out. Something that gives you joy. Did I say have fun all day long? No. One thing that gives you joy. Maybe it's something as simple as listening to your favorite song. Maybe you'll feel like singing along. Maybe you'll feel like getting up and dancing to your favorite song. Well, how long is a song? 3 to 4 minutes? Yeah, it's just 3 to 4 minutes to take time out and enjoy something that gives you joy. Why? It'll change just like following your daily routine, but in a different way. It gives you a sense of security. It gives you a sense of your old self, so to speak. It gets you in touch with that person that you are underneath the layers of stress or sadness or chaos. Something that gives you joy. Maybe you like growing things. So grab some soil, get a pot. It doesn't even have to be a nice planting pot per se. Any kind of receptacle that will hold dirt. Get some seeds, plant something, and watch it grow. Nourish it every single day. It'll give such joy. What about nature? What about just step outside for a few minutes? If the weather is permitting, step outside for a few minutes and just look at God's creation around you. Even if you're in the middle of the city, you can look up, you can see clouds. Hopefully you can see sunshine. If you can't, but you know that God's sky, the sky that God created, is above you. These simple, simple things. I'll give you an example from my own life. I love to watch the birds. So right outside my office window, I have a bird feeder. And it attracts all different species of birds. And they come and they flutter up to it and they try to crowd around it. And sometimes they I like to say wrestle with each other. They can't really wrestle, but they flutter back and forth and they try to establish a pecking order and knock each other off the little posts where they stand to feed. And I've never seen a bird get hurt. So it's a little bit comical for me. It's kind of cute how they figure out, who gets to eat first. And there's also a bush there next to the bird feeders. So very often the birds land in that bush and they look in at me. So there'll be times when I'm busy working at the keyboard at the computer or I'm writing in my notebook and I sense something's looking at me and I look up and sure enough there'll be 3 or 4 birds looking in at me, just cocking their heads and peeking at me. And I can hear I can hear their bird calls. Some of them have beautiful songs. And all I have to do is push the notepad, put down the pen, push the keyboard away just for a few minutes and just sit back and look at the beauty of God's creation. Those birds that are there at my window, that's God's gift to me. That is God's gift to me to remind me of his love for me, and it gives me joy. Whatever it is that gives you joy, your favorite song, growing something, maybe it's calling up a friend and talking to a friend for just a few minutes. Remember that God put that friend in your life for a reason, and that's his gift to you. That song, the fact that you can enjoy music, that's God's gift to you. Anything that gives you joy. Maybe there's a book that you've been wanting to read forever. So put that book in a place where you can grab it quickly when you have that joy break and read a couple pages or even a few paragraphs. If it brings you joy, do that. But every single day, at least one thing that gives you joy every single day. It changes your mood, your mindset. It is a diversion from the negative things in your life. And it's a chance to reconnect with God because that thing or creature or action that gives you joy, well, that's a gift from God to you personally. Because what gives you joy may not give someone else joy. It's a completely individual thing. So whatever it is, think about that. What gives me joy? And then do that every single day. And after a while, you could change it up. Likely, there's not just one thing that brings you joy. So change it up after a while. But one thing every day that gives you joy. And then the third thing, give thanks. And that can seem impossible when it feels like your life is a mess, when it feels like everything is going wrong, when you've got chaos, when you've got stress, maybe you've got financial concerns, could be relational problems, relationships that have gone sour or are really struggling. Give thanks. Why and how? How do you give thanks in a situation like that? Well, listen, even those tough situations are great blessings from God. He permits them because he knows that will strengthen you and it will help to lead you to him and to lead you to eternity at the end of your life. He allows that. Give thanks for that person who annoys the daylights out of you. Why? Because that is teaching you patience. It's teaching you fortitude and strength. God allows that for your sake. Hard to imagine, but this is true. This is true. Give thanks. And of course, give thanks for the things that really are good in your life. So maybe it's just the cup of coffee you have in the morning. But give thanks for the fact that you have coffee and that it's delicious and you get to drink it in freedom. Give thanks for your favorite foods. Give thanks for your dwelling, that you have a house to live in, or an apartment to live in, or a car to drive, or a bicycle to ride. Give thanks for the fact that you have clothes. So simple, but all of these things, my friend, you actually could be giving thanks all day long and have barely any time for anything else because there's so much to be thankful for. Every single thing in your life, whether it's a hardship or a blessing, is a gift from God for your benefit. Give thanks. St. Paul says, rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. Notice Paul said in all circumstances. He didn't say just in the good times. He said give thanks in all circumstances. That's exactly, my friend, what I've been talking about. Whether it's something fantastic or something dreadful, give thanks to God because that's His will for you. And it's going to help you to get to heaven. It just doesn't get better than that, my friend. Give thanks in all things. Every day. 3 essential self-care things you must do every day. Stick to your daily routine, particularly your morning routine. Do something that gives you joy every single day. And finally, give thanks. Give thanks in all circumstances. I promise you, this will change your whole mindset, your whole worldview, really, and how you cope with life. It's all going to change if you do those 3 essential self-care things every day. Thanks so much for listening. I can't wait to see how your life is going to change now when you apply this simple little credo. 3 essential self-care things you must do every day. Please do me a favor, like this podcast, subscribe to my channel. Please check out my website, margefenelon.com. There you can find information about my life coaching, so I can help you with your personal and spiritual goals and to grow deeper in love of Christ, to live a joyful life in Christ. For my life coaching, it's right there, margefenelon.com. My books, how to book me for a speaking engagement. My blog is there, my other podcasts, my bookstore, it's all there. It's all there, margefenelon.com. Thank you so much. I can't wait to talk with you again because I know at that point you will already have begun to become a new person in Christ. God bless you, my friend.